Hey everybody, it's Haas with Onyx Block. So, with Bitcoin hitting all-time highs and us rushing into 2021, it just makes people speculate that the altcoin market is going to have a similar takeoff in 2021. So today we're going to look at 5 tokens that I think are going to do well in 2021. Let's get into it. So first and foremost, I want to be clear, I'm not a financial advisor, so anything that I talk about here today, please do your own research before investing into anything. Go ahead and hit subscribe for the channel, like the video if you liked any of these picks, and then comment down below if you maybe have another crypto that you think I should look into it. So in no particular order, I like all these projects, but here we go. We're going to go into number 1 with Cardano. Cardano is a smart contract blockchain which aims to take a piece of the DeFi unit. It also has many other applications with smart contract technology. So there are a few interesting aspects of Cardano, or ADA, that make it appealing moving into a blockchain world in 2021. Charles Hoskinson, the co-founder of Ethereum, created Cardano. He founded ADA and strives to make it the primary blockchain to be used for smart contracts. Every update to ADA must be researched and peer-reviewed before it's implemented into the blockchain. This comes with some criticism because some updates can take a little bit longer because obviously it has to go through the scientific process to get there. This process helps to make sure that updates are unbiased and based on fact, not an opinion or not towards a central body. This also helps weed out any updates that could hinder the project, obviously, because it would have to be peer reviewed by everyone else scientifically and make sure that it is healthy and beneficial to the ecosystem. So Cardano did just go through an update to include smart contract capability on the blockchain. So this takes on any other blockchain technology like Ethereum. So Ethereum obviously being the big one and the one that Cardano mostly has its eye on. Just like Ethereum, Cardano also is developing the ability to mint new coins on the Cardano blockchain. So this is a little bit more appealing in terms of the node structure, which we'll get into. Cardano is a much more decentralized platform than something like Ethereum or even Bitcoin or really most other blockchains. So ultimately, it's been more beneficial for people to build and mint their tokens on possibly the Cardano blockchain rather than the Ethereum blockchain. Cardano strives to be as decentralized as possible while moving into the most fact-based trajectory for the project. Now, as I said, Cardano is expected to be 100 times more decentralized than most other blockchains. The third interesting fact about Cardano is the proof of stake. Obviously, you've heard of Ethereum 2.0 and their proof of stake. Well, Cardano is currently already doing it. You can actively stake your Cardano tokens in pools, as they have a limit of how much rewards that you can benefit depending on the pool that you're in. So if you're in a larger pool, you're going to get less rewards or even no rewards at all. Whereas if you're a smaller pool, you're going to get a higher yield. Each staking pool of ADA provides different rewards depending on how much ADA is in that pool. Higher amounts of ADA in pools will result in less of a yield or no yield at all. The lowest pools are going to yield the most. Now, the reason why they do this is to incentivize a pool or a node not getting too big, because if it gets too big, could possibly have an attack on the system. This absolutely negates that by making it so they don't get rewards at all. So any big nodes are just not going to happen. Everyone's going to be incentivized to move to smaller nodes and often move their ADA around and make sure that they're gaining an appropriate yield compared to where they're staking it. Now, ADA can be unstaked at any time, so there's no lockup period at all to stake your ADA. However, because a lot of people are staking ADA, that does take ADA off of the trading market and often means that more ADA is going into wallets and being staked from their Daedalus wallets. So let's talk the tokenomics. So there's currently 31 million current supply of ADA. I believe 21 million is being staked. I could be completely wrong on that number, so please fact check that yourself. But I did look it up and I'll put it on the screen here if it's true, definitely. There is a 5 billion market cap for ADA and the current running price is about 15 cents. Now this is up almost 4 times. I got in, I think at around, I want to say 8 or 9 cents, something like that. And I've seen it gradually move up, but I know a lot of people got in at 3 cents. So it's definitely made a good trajectory up, and I think it's going to be a contending blockchain moving into the future, especially with the scientific background and the peer review process. I do see a lot of fundamental features and institutions being able to adopt something like that in a blockchain that is as scientifically led as ADA is. Okay, so the next crypto might actually surprise some people, and I get it, but please hear me out on this one. So Dash. Dash is an old crypto. It's been around for a while. It originally was called Darkcoin. They have since rebranded it and made it into Dash because obviously Darkcoin obviously wasn't that good for its marketing, so they changed it to Dash. So Dash is a hard fork of Bitcoin. It's often lumped in with all the other privacy coins like Zcash and Monero, but Dash's privacy network only facilitates about 5% of the transactions that Dash handles. Now, if you're looking for a crypto with actual use case and is being used today, Dash is probably your best bet because Dash is being used in South America. Colombia has adopted Dash for a number of years now, and with Venezuela's currency crisis, they've since adopted Dash with Bitcoin. An interesting thing to keep in mind is the ambiguous drug laws in the United States, especially with legal marijuana grows. What is happening right now is they cannot deposit their cash into banks. So what is having to happen is most of these marijuana growers, which are legal and have licenses, have to put their money into Dash, and then that way they're able to have their capital being safe and not just being in a lump of cash in a safe or something. I'm not exactly clear on what laws these are, but allegedly they're not able to deposit this cash into banks because of the nature of where the cash has come from, even though that they are legal. So Dash currently has many uses, obviously. So let's take a quick look at the tokenomics and see if this is actually worth it. So there are 10 million tokens currently in existence. I think a total of 18 million can be in existence. The market cap right now is $1 billion. So really small market cap considering the amount of trades that happen in South America. This could easily 10 to 100 fold in terms of growth. And right now, this cryptocurrency actually has many use cases. So right now, the token's trading at around $100, give or take. If you can expect $100 billion to flood into this market potentially, you could be looking at a $10,000 Dash. So that just goes to show you that it doesn't take much money to flood in. Now, yeah, that is 100x of the current Dash market cap. But that just illustrates that that's all it takes to increase it to 10,000. What's it going to take to increase it to 200 and double your investment? Well, that's only $1 billion. And when you talk about only $1 billion, when you're looking at it in terms of an investment platform and a market that is growing by billions and billions every day, 1 billion doesn't actually seem like that much, especially when you look at the trillions of dollars that are waiting to pile into the market. So I do see that Dash could potentially be a cryptocurrency that's going to grow in the future in terms of the value. I think it has a lot of use cases immediately right now and solves a lot of current problems that are happening in South America. So that is why I'm going to be adding Dash to my portfolio going into 2021. So the next one is Theta. Now, Theta is by far one of the most interesting projects that I've seen. I really like what they're doing in terms of creating a platform for content creators that really helps give more control back to the creators rather than the institution. Now, the founder is actually a co-founder of YouTube, so there is a lot of industry knowledge coming into the space. They have a streaming platform and a video on demand platform that they're currently working on right now. So I'm 30 years old, and we've all seen it, the growing esports community from the point of, old StarCraft days that nobody ever thought that it could be a job, whereas now people are playing video games for a living. So Theta really offers an opportunity to those people and for those platforms to grow. Google has seen a lot of opportunity in Theta as well, so they're currently running a node, and there are some partnerships in the background with Google that directly shows industry interest. Theta is also picking up plenty of competitions and content creators to onboard onto the platform, so that's definitely helping as the platform grows. And Theta has also moved to acquire some partnerships that helps with a lot of problems that are on streaming platforms today, like YouTube. One example of this is they've actually partnered up with Chainlink to help with the scam ad type videos that we've all seen here on YouTube. Also, there are a lot of smart contract technology that can be used to help with copyrighted information. So in terms of the tokenomics, Theta has moved incredibly in the last just few months. So there is a 1 billion supply of the tokens. There can never be any more Theta tokens created into existence. The current market cap is 1.3 billion, and that's up almost almost 1,400% over the year. So I definitely see Theta as something that will gain value going into 2021, and then even in 5 to 10 years after that, I see the platform that could be doing a lot more, which could increase the value of the underlying token. So the next token that I'm looking at in 2021 is VeChain. VeChain offers supply chain solutions to their clients. It's a specifically useful tool for food, pharmaceuticals, or luxury brand items. Just imagine being in a store and being able to scan a QR code and finding out exactly where that product has been from the moment that it started creation to the point where it's on the shelf where you're looking at it. The applications for a blockchain like this are endless. It could go into fish farming to even tracking vehicle incidents. China specifically has a big issue with counterfeiting luxury goods. Imagine that you could verify your Louis Vuitton bag or those Yeezys just by scanning a QR code. There's no doubt that VeChain has massive applications at a large scale in terms of logistics. The logistics industry is in the trillions, and having a blockchain like VeChain can solve a lot of issues that are currently happening today in our supply chain. In terms of tokenomics, currently there are 64.8 billion VeChain in existence, and there's a $1.1 billion market cap. The yearly growth this year has been 200%. Again, I look at the use case and I definitely see VeChain as being a contender going into 2021 and moving forward from there. The last token that's on my watch for 2021, I've already been involved in this program for a while. Celsius specifically is a platform that lends out their users' deposits in secured loans. This means that Celsius lends out the deposited funds as long as that there is collateral towards those funds. So the value of the funds are protected. So in case a borrower defaults in any way, the lender is able to liquidate their collateral and regain their loan. Now, you might ask yourself, well, why would somebody take a loan if they don't need the money? Well, often that they're putting up collateral in USD, Cel Token, or another token to get a token that they don't want to hold. They don't want to risk the volatility. So if they get, say, a margin call for a specific token that they don't hold in reserves, they might go out to Celsius and get that liquidity from Celsius while putting up some of their own collateral. Now, there's many layers that Celsius goes out and does their lending, but this specific type of lending is the most secure way to receive a profit in terms of lending. What Celsius really provides is an app to provide peer-to-peer lending facilitated through them. So of course, savvy users that can go onto DeFi will be able to get a better yield out of providing liquidity on a DEX, but the average person doesn't know how to do that and doesn't want to learn. Celsius is led by Alex Mashinsky, and he often says that he provides 80% of the company's profits pay back to the users of the app, while receiving 20% to go back into business operations. Currently, the market for crypto lending is a very high yield, and it's a testament of how this business has grown. Now, Celsius's ERC20 token, or Ethereum token, the Cel Token, is a reward to users that want to gain a little bit more interest on their deposit. Say I have $1,000 USD in Bitcoin, instead of earning 5.5%, I can earn 6.5%, but I'd receive the interest in Cel Token instead of Bitcoin. Now, the Cel Token's performance over the past little while has definitely made this really appealing, so more people have turned on to gaining their interest in Cel while earning more interest than they would have earned originally in kind. And this works kind of like a flywheel effect. More people join the platform, more people realize the value of Cel Token, and more people turn their interest into Cel, so more Cel is purchased every time interest is paid out. So as the platform grows, more people are going to earn in Cel, and this is just going to accumulate and build the value of the Cel Token. Now, it's important to note that Celsius doesn't pay out their Cel interest from their treasury. They actually go out onto the open market, purchase the Celsius that they need to pay out to their users, and then pay out their users every Monday. So they're not pumping and dumping on the plebs. In the early Wild West of crypto, it's really refreshing to see a company like this that really appreciates the users, and that's really shown in terms of how Celsius has conducted themselves. However, at times, the company does show its youth and it does show its cracks. Things like outages and unprofessional comments can be an issue, but ultimately, these are things that you'd often expect from a little company just beginning to grow. And I do think that they are going to be an industry giant in the coming crypto future. Now, this project is going to have the most tokens allocated to the project itself. which obviously can turn a lot of people off, and I understand that. But with the growth potential, how the interest works, I'm very confident the Cel token is going to perform in the future, regardless of the tokenomics. So the current circulating supply is 383 million Cel token. 13 million Cel token went to a Celsius partner. 156 million Cel token is in the Cel treasury. 117 Cel token is used as collateral. 552,000 Cel token was divvied up to the Celsius team and locked up for a certain period of time, so they can't sell their token. But they were offered benefits in Cel token. And then there's a 25 million Cel token reserve. So obviously, little bit different tokenomics. You have to really take a step back and take a look at the project. But I do have a lot of faith in the project, but I'd recommend you do your own research. I am going to be doing a video, a 6-month review on the Celsius app, so do look out for that. But that's it for me, guys. If you agree with any of my tokens, go ahead and give me a comment, let me know. Like the video. Please give me a subscribe because I'm really trying to grow this channel. Anyway, happy hodling.